we're going to jump into Deadpool and Wolverine. I know. How much can you guys milk it? We're going to milk it as much as they're milking it because they're just doing it over and over again. So
I'm a farmer on a cow farm.
That's it. So basically, here's the thing. Deadpool and Wolverine have broken. Last week, I told you like 10, 15 records that they broke, right?
Tremendous.
Well, yeah, tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
So today they broke even more, which is now it's the highest grossing R-rated movie ever, but not accounting for inflation. But I don't think that's going to make a real big difference.
Honestly, when people are saying like this is officially like made more or is better than Passion of the Christ, which at the time when it came out was like the thing that everyone and their mom was talking about, I feel like this speaks for itself in that sense too.
Well, you know, the trendy thing to say is that now he's officially Marvel Jesus since he passed Jesus.
Yes.
Listen,
That's
guys, if I may.
Before you go on,
okay.
I just want everybody to know that this week alone, 1 week, 7 days from the day that it came out, 7 days after that, which is basically we're on the 10th day, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It has made another $97 million. Okay. Now, I just want you guys to understand in the last 3 days to make another $97, what that means is 9 out of 10 movies wish that they had on their opening day weekend $97 million. That's a big number.
Mm-hmm.
Most movies make $97 million throughout their whole theatrical release. This movie made it in its second week. It only dropped off 52%, I believe, from previous week because the first weekend it made 200 and change. So yeah, I just want everybody to understand that. So Big Grim, you saw the movie with us the first day it came out.
I did.
Surprisingly, it was on your birthday. Happy belated birthday. But
yes, thank you.
You're welcome. And also,
you saw it a
second time this week. So just give us a quick rundown of what you thought were some good and bad things real quick.
And my second question to piggyback off of that, does it still hold up the second time, even though you know everything that's coming?
Okay. So I did in fact see it with another friend that isn't like the biggest moviegoer, but at the same time, he's like, no, I want to see this movie. And I'm like, I would love to see this movie again. Saw it with you guys. Loved it the first time. And usually when I see like movies like this a second time, I try to be a little more critical because the first time you go to see one of these movies, you're awestruck by everything that you see, all the characters that you see and everything. And when I saw it the second time, I tried not to give anything away to my friend. And shockingly, he tells me that no, he wasn't spoiled with anything. He didn't see anything online. So everything was new to him. And I'm like, this is a breath of fresh air. My God. Didn't see any trailers. Didn't like know of any characters coming in. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be sweet for you, my man. So I saw it the second time. And this time I wanted to be a little more critical about what it was. Let me tell you something. Still amazing. Still as good as the first time that you saw it. You're welcome. You're quite welcome. But there is something that I feel like I want to address, though. And I believe this is piggybacking off of what you said last week. So if anything, this is a reaffirmation of what you said. Here is the argument of cameos versus characters.
Right.
Okay. So a cameo, the prime example of what a cameo is what Stan Lee did in every single Marvel movie up until,
correct,
his unfortunate passing.
That's the best example yet.
Rest in power, King. He comes in, he's here for a laugh, he's here for a couple seconds, and he's gone. He's out. Doesn't add anything to the story, doesn't do anything like that. Versus these characters that showed up in Deadpool that were characters, that were actual characters, not cameos. And by that, I do mean Electra coming in. I do mean Blade coming in. And I do mean, oh, sure as he came out of his daddy's dick, sure, Gambit coming out. Oh, boy. that is a character because they added something to the overall story. They didn't just show up here for a wave and walk away. If anything, to create an argument, Deadpool's family, they're morph cameos in this. Dopinder,
Yes.
Colossus,
Yeah.
they were cameos.
I will totally agree with you on
Yes.
that. 100%.
I didn't even think that. And out of the big cameos, Henry Cavill was probably
Henry Cavill is a cameo.
And
Absolutely, yes.
the Hulk, assuming that was Mark Ruffalo. That if they didn't use,
He didn't even say anything, so it could have been anybody.
if it wasn't archive footage, the Hulk was a cameo appearance.
Listen, like Deadpool said in the second one, big CGI character coming in. Go get him, Tiger. Slap him on the ass and send him on his way.
Yeah,
That's it.
So, yeah, but overall, like I said, this movie was great. Love it. And oh my God, when I saw it with you guys, when I saw Gambit on the green screen, on the big screen. Oh, what's wrong with me?
still
On the-
screen, the big screen.
Exactly. When I saw him on the big screen, I almost cried. The second time seeing him on the big screen, I almost cried. And I'm like, man, what we could have had.
Right?
What we could have had.
I totally agree with you.
Oh my God.
Now, at the time of the recording, this just came out today. Did you guys read about the one cameo that was discussed but didn't go anywhere that in production?
I don't know what you're talking about. What happened?
There is talk, but it didn't go forward. They didn't even reach out to the actor. They consider bringing back Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider. That would have been overkill at that. With the amount of people they had.
No, I don't think it would have been overkill. But at the same time, like, listen,
He would have had to be a cameo.
no, not even you could try to like have him come in of like him chasing down like another like Deadpool variant in like another
that would be
universe,
funny,
or
yeah.
him taking on like Wolverine. But if you would have had him like jump in with like the three casts of characters too to come in with that also would have been nice. It would have been nice to see like Nicolas Cage flame up and just like start tearing everyone. That's why they couldn't get him. Because Ghost Rider would have killed everyone, that little sect and everything, all too quickly. That's exactly why.
With his fire.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
You know what?
Help it, kids.
You know what? Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
And look, it's better off that they didn't do it, because then it's going to be like, well, you had 150 people just guest show. The budget for this movie was already inflated at 250 million.
Yeah.
Right? So even if you got Nick Cage, you'd have to give him another $10 million. You're bumping it up to 260. The money could have went somewhere else instead of just a 1 minute cameo of someone just popping in and saying something.
And
That's also true.
And Ryan Reynolds gave props to, in a post today, he gave props to Channing Tatum for doing the part, because basically they were in the exact same position,
Oh yeah.
trying to get the movie that
Right.
was stuck in development hell. I mean, Ryan Reynolds, obviously, whether it was him directly, the writer director that leaked the video that led to where we are now. Unfortunately, Channing Tatum never got the opportunity,
Yep.
but Ryan Reynolds gave him this golden opportunity. And we joked last time that, he had the costume ready to go hanging in his closet.
Now, this is the last thing that I'll bring up about this movie, because we do have plenty of things to talk about as well. But I do have a question for you guys, because I remember it one way, right? And mind you, this is years ago. I think this was like before I even met you, Spade. There was talk at one point about Channing Tatum playing Gambit, right?
Yes.
Exactly, yeah.
But what I've apparently heard online is that he wasn't able to do it. Like, they wanted him to do it for Wolverine Origins, and he wasn't able to do it because he was doing G.I. Joe. I don't remember that at all.
Okay, I've heard the same exact thing.
I think the internet is lying to me personally, but yeah.
I don't remember that at
Thank
all.
you.
Also, but at the same time, though, when you look at the dates of when everything came out and when they were filming, it kind of makes sense.
No, but
But
Mhm.
since he was going to be the star of that film, they could have easily waited another month or two to do that movie.
that's what I mean, though. Like, I don't think he was there to be in Wolverine Origins. He was there to do like his own project.
Right. No, yes, correct.
Yes.
He was supposed to have his own solo movie.
Yes.
But that never happened.
Yes.
And they kept saying, oh, it's basically what's happening with Blade.
Yes.
It's in developmental hell,
Uh-huh.
and it's going to go back and forth. They couldn't get writers. They couldn't get directors. They had him. He wanted to do it.
Mhm.
At the what was it? At the premiere, he came in wearing the same Gambit shirt
Yes.
he wore when they unveiled Gambit at the
Comic-Con 2015.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was awesome. That was pretty cool.
Man,
So
that was amazing.
I mean, this might be a reach,
Mhm.
but Marvel Studios, Disney, you have your MCU Gambit right in front of you. He's still young enough.
He's Cajun enough.
He's Cajun enough.
and his acting has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that's the thing. He's actually a better Gambit now than what we actually could have had.
Watch our review on for Fly Me to the Moon, where you see one of his best acting performances.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But I'm gonna leave you guys off with something that I had a friend text me and say.
Oh, this. Okay.
And I asked him if he saw Deadpool and Wolverine, and he said he really didn't like it. And I told him why. And he said it was a very predictable Disney overly processed corny movie. I said to him, I disagree, but okay. And he said, it wasn't a bad movie. It was as good as it can be for an R-rated Disney movie. So the question goes out to you guys. Do you agree with him? You think that it could have been better? Or do you think that it's just as good as it was? Let us know in the comment section down below.